Hello everyone, Martin here back with another Legacy video, playing trusty old Doomsday in a new world order of no Oko, no Dreadhorde Arcanist, no Arkham's Astrolabe. And I am very thrilled to say that I am joined today by Doomsday stalwart James, aka Doishi, from for those of you who are in the Doomsday Discord. Hey James, thanks for joining me.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, we've been talking about doing this for a while, and just needed to find the time to do it. So basically, yeah, I'll let you introduce yourself, but I'll just lead you in by saying that I have certainly enjoyed your help in sort of settling in the community of Doomsday. You're certainly um, really cool in keeping the doors open to the Discord and being nice and friendly and welcoming. And I know you've also done a lot of work to sort of establish and preserve the Doomsday Wiki. So yeah, you want to say just a few things about yourself?
Sure. So I guess I'm kind of like if Doomsday was like a band, okay, you'd have the rock stars. That'd
Right.
be yourself, that'd be Kai, that'd be, Midland, that'd be Monkeys Can't Cry, or Reverend Kyoku, all these guys, these are the rock stars, they're going out, they're getting the name out. And then
Right.
you've got me in the background, like the roadie of the deck. So I don't have like, big hype results. And I'm not sort of, a modo grinder. I mostly play on Peeper.
Right.
But I basically try and help things chug along in the background. That's
Right.
probably
Okay.
the best way
You're
to
you're I think
describe
you're
it.
very sort of self-effacing, but maybe like the manager of the band and not the roadie, you know?
Yeah, okay. The,
uh,
the, the manager band who sees no profit.
right. Okay, well, I've had the pleasure of playing webcam magic during Corona lockdown with you. You're the only person I've done that with, and it's been nice. I know you have a really beautiful Japanese pimped out Doomsday deck, so props to you on that. And I know that we've talked a lot just during the last year since Thassa's Oracle was printed and playing Doomsday and all that. So a lot of theory crafting, a lot of back and forth, and I've really enjoyed it. And today we're going to be playing this sort of monstrosity of a list. I know that certain things are probably not things you would approve of, or at least not something you would sort of dive headfirst into playing yourself. Namely,
Yep.
the big, big, tall, and ugly
Big
Uru
big
here.
boy.
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
at him. Look at him.
yeah.
Big
Just
beautiful boy.
just
Yeah,
escaping
so
from the underworld. Yeah. So basically, if I can just give a little bit of a pretext to this, Kai Sawatari and myself played a very similar list to this in the Astrolabe era. I don't think I was inspired by Kai, and I think he was inspired by Max.
Yeah, I saw Max had put out a tweet where he was actually running a list with Uro in, but no dark rituals.
Right. Yeah, and so we tinkered with that a lot. I actually tried a list with two dark rituals, and ended up really just missing the sort of burst damage that Doomsday can do on turns one and two with a dark ritual and Doomsday. So while I like in theory, if every match was like slow and grindy, then I could see the advantage of like trimming on dark rituals. Heck, even maybe trimming on copies of Doomsday, but that's not the world we live in, and Legacy is shark infested waters, in on like a, a weird axis where we are the shark to some opponent, to some decks, and other decks are
Yeah.
the sharks to us. So like I think there's just a lot of decks where it doesn't sort of put us at an advantage for the game to go on. Uh, like lands and death and taxes and what, that's just to name a few. So having like four dark rituals and four doomsays, I think is correct. But what this did, and if anyone is a returning viewer to this channel, you'll know that my big sort of white whale has been Delver with Doomsday. Like, and you know that, James, as well. We've talked about it.
We have probably killed many hours discussing
Yeah,
the Delver, specifically Rug Delver
yeah,
matchup.
no, exactly. And I think for a while you were an advocate. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you were sort of an advocate of saying, well, let's cut our losses and just accept that Delver that there is a glass ceiling to how good our deck can be against Delver, and instead of trying to like warp it to maybe approach 50-50. I guess under the assumption that that wasn't actually really possible, then instead maybe just ignore it, or if not ignore it, then at least not focus too heavily on it in the sideboard and just
Yeah.
accept that
So
that.
that's what my current list is. In fact, I call just because previously I did what a lot of people do, have 3 to 5 so much were just for the Delver matchup,
Right.
and maybe two. So maybe not quite zero respect, but it's two carpets. I've done away with all the grids and just added singletons in the board to just shore up other matchups. And if nothing else, my quality of life is much happier.
Right. Now that's fair.
Because
Um,
yeah, I basically noticed the wins that I got, I wasn't getting those sideboard cards, and I was just having the nice turn one Doomsday.
yeah, and I've played that version of where I have had that approach with like maybe boarding in say some defense grids and that's it, or defense grids and carpet of flowers, and then noticing that when you won, sometimes you won because of defense grid, but other times you just won because your hand was like Fetchland, Dark Ritual, Doomsday Days, and you were on the play, and that was good
Yeah,
enough.
exactly.
But then there are all the other times when they would kill you, and basically what this the again sticking to the pre-ban world, the Astrolabe version of this list, what it did was it basically post Doomsday or post the sideboard, it morphed into a snow deck, snow control.
And this is interesting because it's not necessarily a novel idea, because obviously
Mhm.
back in this time last year you had Hula Hula trying to do the same thing with like Esper, and I know yourself, you ran a load of leagues with that
Yep,
as
yep,
well, where you basically turn into this snow miracles control deck, packing mentors, 1,001 removal spells, and swords and terminus,
yep, yep.
and trying to like really go all in on this man plan. And then you basically went, "Hey, this Euro card seems good.
Yeah.
What if we do it with green?"
Yeah, exactly. No, and the thing is, I actually tried it. I think I only ran like a league, and it did poorly. And then I just, threw my toys out of the pram and didn't try it again with Uru and Oko. I did try like a bug list. Now I just never spent enough time tuning it. This was probably back in like May of last year, but I ended up having enough reps for me to feel comfortable this time around with the Astrolabe version, that it improved Delver significantly. It took like I think I was like, I don't know, like 25, 30 matches in versus Delver, and I had like a plus 60% win rate against them. And that was mostly against Rug, but also against the blue red Delver. So the first question to arise is, well, what's the opportunity cost? Like, well, what do we lose against the rest of the meta? And there are some concessions, but I didn't feel, and I didn't find in my sort of data tracking of my results that I was sort of overall. I still had an acceptable, even like pretty agreeable win percentage. I think it's like probably 150, 180 matches, and I was at sitting around 65%, 66%. So that's if I can get to that point over a prolonged period of time, I feel like that's the best I can hope for. Or that's the goal anyways, and anything above that is just great. So maybe not the best I can hope for. The best I can hope for is better, but you know what I mean. And
Yeah. So the main concessions, sort of looking at the list, is obviously probably speed. Speed is the primary one.
yeah, you,
So
you you do lose some speed because you have to, being an Uro deck, you want some saturation of lands, and that ends up, among other reasons, that ends up being a reason to trim a pedal from 3 down to 2. I know the Turbo Doomsday lists even run 4 pedals, and obviously having fewer pedals means fewer sort of turn 1, turn 2 shenanigans, and also trimming on like cyclers. I'm only running one cycler, the Edge of Autumn here, and I think yeah, like we still do have like four Dark Rituals, four Doomsdays, and we also have 4 days. So it's not like turn one Doomsday doesn't happen, but it doesn't happen as often and not as it's not as explosive. But yeah, so that was just to give a bit of context. So here we are today. There's no more Astrolabe. We don't even know if there's really like what shape Delver is going to be in, and that is going to have a big impact on which direction I think the deck goes. Because if Delver is ends up sort of like having to spend a lot of time in like tier 1.5, tier 2 obscurity, which seems unlikely, granted, because everyone or a lot of people love to play Delver, and it is a very good strategy. But if that were to happen, then we really have to reconsider if this is the way we want to go, or I have to consider if this is the way I want to go. And then there's another question, which is this even viable now without Astrolabe? As you can like before, I don't have a list I can show, but like with Astrolabe, obviously we had like four basics, and the Astrolabes themselves to just like really really be a steady stable mana base. And here, as you can see, we're a bit swollen up on duels. We even have a couple of duels, even Taiga, which
Yeah,
is
which I made comment on when I first saw it. I was like, what are we playing? Tez?
yeah.
Like,
You know what I feel like? I feel like having like an Arabian Nights Curd Ape and then just playing a 14 sideboard card, the 14 card sideboard, just
dig
because
it. Let's do it.
to
Let's
get
go. Let's go.
to get Curd Ape in. But yeah, no, I don't really, I don't dare yet. But yeah.
So the main differences I remember from the snow list, you had like one or two more lands in the snow version. You didn't have the preordains, and you did have the 3 to 4 astrolabe. I think were the main.
Yeah. So the Astrolapes were there. There were no preordains, and there was no
And
spell pierce.
also dazes. You
No, actually,
trimmed.
towards the end of it, I was playing Days in the like
Okay.
as the snow list settled. I was also only on three Belflestrix, and then had the fourth in the sideboard. Um, so yeah, I want to jump in and get some games going, some matches going. But just like one thing I've told we've talked about it, and it's pretty obvious, which is this list is pretty suspect towards Blood Moon, and Blood Moon is probably going to see more play now because of the Astrolabe thing being gone. It's unclear to me exactly how big of a factor it's going to be in the meta moving forward, but we will see. I've added, like I think I told you on Discord, that I was going to try
Yeah.
to add a Brazen Borrower, and that's going to be in lieu of that I had a Singleton Fatal Push.
Yeah, and I
So
think that's a good change.
yeah, so I think with that, I'm going to jump into the leagues. Oh boy, Magic Online being this slow to load makes me think I
Okay.
might need to restart the computer at some point. Well, we'll see.
Make sure we've got the right deck loaded.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
So, have you been enjoying what you've been facing since Monday's changes?
Well, let's see. If do I have? No, I don't have the. I have a spreadsheet open, not open, but I have a spreadsheet where I keep my results. I face quite a bit of like Agrolome and Maverick. I've only gotten
Yeah,
in like about like 25, 30 matches, so it's not really enough to say. Oh, and we're up against streamer legend Nathan here.
yeah. I've chatted to Nathan quite a bit. Tell him I say hi.
No, wait.
Why?
Thank
Yeah.
you. So all right, I think Nathan plays at least some number of like stompy strategies, or like he's been playing like a curses list, but he's also been playing show and tell. I really don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
The
irrespective, in the dark, this hand looks a bit anemic in my eyes. This brainstorm has to do a lot of heavy lifting, or we have to pray we're against a deadly fair deck.
Yeah. I don't know. Like if I was on the play, I would probably keep this because it plays Magic and it has Brainstorm and fetch lands. Um, I don't know.
I think we ship it. I
Yeah.
think we can do better. I believe in your deck.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, this isn't a great hand either, but I would much prefer keeping this rather than going down to five.
Yeah, and this has a nice proactive curve.
Yeah. So the question is, I think we no, that's not cool. I think we dump a land. The only question is if we dump.
I think we jump the island.
Yeah.
Misty can find island, and I'm, as you know, I've been playing four color for the last,
Yeah, I agree.
and
I
I
agree. I was going to
love
say the island would
disrespecting
be
waste
not.
of time.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say the island would be nice to have if they go turn one Blood Moon, but honestly, if they go turn one Blood Moon, I think we just lose.
Oh,
Uh,
maybe he is.
yeah, 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 yeah. It looks like it.
Oh wow,
Okay,
called it.
Trinisphere. What's
Oh,
this? Quake Bringer.
it's got some text. I don't think it matters.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, they will have a few turns to do with us what they will. Okay, Doomsday. Yeah, I don't know. I something tells me we're not gonna survive this, but we'll see.
Don't be Delver. Come on, man.
Bone
Okay,
Crusher Giant. Okay.
it's. I mean, it's a 4/3.
Yeah,
Is he on Giant Tribal?
maybe. Okay, so question is, no. Yeah, I was gonna say question is if we get another turn here, if they don't play anything else, do we go Doomsday or do we go Baleful Strix? Oh, what's this? 4 mana.
This is probably foretelling. Oh no, another
Tectonic
giant.
Giant. Whenever Tectonic Giant attacks, restores spell ability, deals 3 damage to each opponent. Exile top 2 cards. You reliably choose one of them. Okay, so basically,
Okay,
this lightning bolts us when they attack.
yeah,
Uh,
but it doesn't bolt Strix.
no.
Okay, so what? They've got 6 power. We go down to 15 to 7.
Yeah, and then we die.
So
So we have to play
and then
Strix.
we die. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna need to get a bit lucky here, but that's not over, I guess. You know, I really wouldn't mind drawing a second Belfast Strix, I guess. Although I'm not sure, so we'll see.
Or we could get our own giant out.
Yeah. All right. So we take. Oh no, they exile 2 cards. They
Yeah, because
exile.
it's pseudo card advantage.
Yeah, but isn't it only until end of turn? Uh, until the end of your next turn. Okay. So I guess we have to kill or block the no this guy.
Yeah, the 3/4.
Okay, but they have to pay mana, right? You may play that card. They didn't have a land drop, so if they don't draw a second land, they can't because of Trinisphere play anything.
I
Um,
think we're jamming.
what? Sorry.
I think we're jamming Doomsday this turn.
Yeah, I think we have to, but the Trinisphere is making things really awkward.
Do you know what my favorite thing about your Uro Snow deck was?
No.
The piles of Uro.
Right. So we could
So
go.
one thing to be mindful of
Yep.
the giant, so they can cast it for the stomp side, even if they don't have anything else.
No, 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 right, because of Trinisphere, they need another land.
They do need another land, yeah.
But they are due to draw land, right? The thing is, we can't really do much about that, right?
No.
Stomp, damage hammer, deal. Okay, so if they draw another land, we drop to 5 after this, and they beat us down to 1. So we really need to get a bit lucky. and or do something that involves Uru.
We could also just do Strix
Yeah,
Edge
yeah, yeah.
Strix Edge Oracle.
We have the Oracle in hand, right? So,
Yeah.
uh, so let's say we go, and we don't need. We can't really afford to try to get to the bottom of the pile. Basically, we need to next turn. We need to not die on their turn. We need to then untap, draw Strix, and then we draw Edge of Autumn, and we pass. And then,
No, I think we've got a line. I think it's draw Strix,
yeah,
play Strix. Oh no, Strix costs 3 now.
yeah,
Okay, my bad. Carry on.
yeah, that's fine. There is a world where we want to do something with Uru to like just gain life, but seeing as we can't escape him anytime soon, I don't think that's viable. I think we do this, put in a couple of blanks. I guess the force doesn't really make sense. Let's put in a pedal. Just if for some weird reason we don't die, but they get Blood Moon, we can with Island and pedal still win. So let's just go through it. We draw we don't die next turn. We draw Strix, cast Strix, then draw Edge of Autumn, pass the turn, don't die, untap, and then win. Are you satisfied?
So we're on 11. Go to 10. Go to 5. Go to 1. Yeah.
I mean, we basically, if they draw land, we're dead.
Yeah.
But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I don't think I can see a way that for that not to happen. So let's put
Fade Land, Fade Spirit Guide. Let's go.
yeah, I love it. Yeah. All
I have
right.
to say, in the New World Order, I never expected to be facing mono red giants
No, no, me
as
neither.
a deck.
Well, it looks like unless they're
So
slow
far, so
rolling us,
good.
yeah. Okay. So, oh yeah. Goddamn Trinisphere. Cross your fingers. No.
That's just rude.
Yeah.
Although, no, wait, this might be okay because he doesn't have those exiled spells anymore.
No, but he has 3 cards in hands that aren't lands, and I don't see how he can't. Like if it's not something that kills us, it's Blood Moon, which effectively kills us. I guess not effectively, but probably.
Just check that doesn't have trample, does it?
That'd be awkward. No.
Nope. As long as we don't target it, we should be all right.
What you got? Fiery Confluence, maybe?
It's a bit weird to slow roll it.
Yeah. I think Nathan here also streams, so he might just be interacting with his stream, like with his chat. But yeah, what you got? Chalice on 2? I would love that. Yes. sorry. I don't mean to gloat, but I am very happy I put Cavern in the pile.
Okay, so obviously to explain to those watching, this is the reason to put the cavern in the pile over, say, like a basic island. exactly this scenario.
Yep. Wow. I wonder if he had like a second thing he could have done, like a blood moon, but just thought that the Chalice on 2 would be lights out.
Well, if you
Poof.
had a Blood Moon, that's probably better to play just because you're currently representing 0 blue sources and you would need to put base
Yeah.
and play a Lotus Petal through Trinisphere.
All right. So I feel like we stole that game, but so these are the 6 cards to bring in, I think. And so the question is,
Yeah.
what do we bring out?
Weirdly, there might also be some consideration to just putting some 2/2 Death Touches down. If we've got enough cuts.
Sorry, can you say that again? I got distracted by the chat.
Oh, I was just saying that Plague Engineer, if we've got like enough dead cards, is another consideration. It has nothing else but a 2/2 Death Toucher, but not a good one. Not a
No,
good one.
I'll put him here for
Yeah.
consideration. So
So
I think the Strix are actually fine. They can be cast. Normally, I don't think I would be happy with them if it was a regular Moon Stompy because they line up very poorly against the Goblin Rabble Masters. But it seems that they're on something else here where it's like one big dude, and Strix seems decent.
yeah, I think Duress and Thoughtseize are probably the first cuts.
Yeah, especially on the draw. I don't like Uru potentially would have been fine or potentially great, but the green blue blue in against the Blood Moon deck is just such a it's just a lot to ask.
Possibly, but at worst they're force fodder, and we probably want to maximize the blue that we've got
Yeah,
to enable it. Daze is probably the next point of call. I would start looking at shaving 1 or 2 of.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, the Spirit Guides can really be a beating against days. I'm not sure I want these, or at least not both
Yeah,
Plague
agreed,
Engineers.
agreed.
So question is,
Maybe 1 euro goes.
yeah, yeah, I like that. So let's just do the blue count here: 3, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Skip the Thassa. 15, 19, 23, 26. So that's fine. Blue count is plenty. All right, so I didn't. I really hope I didn't come off as a jerk laughing there, but I just.
No, 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 no.
All right. Well,
I'm
look.
sure. I'm sure Nathan will understand.
Yeah. All right. So I mean, ideally, you want a force in your opening hand, right? Nathan is mulliganing to 6. This hand is a good shout if except if they have Blood Moon. If they have Blood Moon,
Yeah,
this hand is
it's
just instant loses.
it's also 4 lands. It's going to be slow no matter what. And I think again we have a much higher ceiling of what we can get from a 6.
I don't know. It's close. I would say if one of these fetch lands was basic island, I would be more inclined to keep it. But okay, it paid off last turn. Okay, so I want to keep this.
Yep.
It's okay. I'm not sure. I think it's between Ideas Unbound and Edge of Autumn. Putting back a card.
I kind of like maybe putting back Edge because ideas at least pitches to a force if we find one.
All right. I'm down with that. We both mulligan to 6 here. So let's hope we don't get. Let's hope for Chalice over Blood Moon because no cards in our hand really care about a Chalice to 1. Chalice at 1. All right. Let's see. Ooh. Wow. Chrome Mox on a mulligan. I really hope it's Chalice and not Blood Moon. No! What's this?
Ooh.
Oh, Foretold.
Oh, he's foretelling. Okay, so the giant that we saw the 3/4 had foretell, but I think that was foretell for 4, maybe.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
What has Foretell?
All right. Well, click OK. I'll start going through Gatherer.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I really love to draw force here. Draw days, which I guess we'll have to do. So a braid. It's interesting that they brought in a braid. I guess it's for Baleful Strix. Quakebringer. Yeah, that's the foretell, but this is, what is it? At the beginning of your upkeep, deals 2 damage to each opponent. Triggers only if Quakebringer is on the battlefield or if. Okay. So they have a big boy that domes us for 2. When was that? At the beginning of your upkeep.
Okay.
So I think the only play we can really make here is just Baleful Strix.
And this is good because if we find a ritual, we're just in there to win.
Yeah. Do you see us playing out the
Or
LED here? They've shown us a braid, but playing out LED underneath a potential
we'd
Trinisphere.
rather they upgrade the LED than the Strix.
This is true. Okay.
So I think we're good if we draw any black source, any green source, any ritual effect. I think he's trying to cast a Foretell card.
Yeah. Did you find out what the foretell card was?
No, I did not.
Something tells me we're gonna find out. Calamity Bearer. If a giant source you control would deal damage to the player, it deals double that damage. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Snap block.
but I wonder if this is giant source you control. Do you control what's in your graveyard? Because this deals damage when it like in the graveyard as well.
I believe it does. There we go. We just win. If they don't have a ritual, not a ritual, mind break trap.
Mindbreak Trap. Yeah, we might still. No, we're not gonna beat Mindbreak. We could beat Mindbreak Trap.
If he has it, he has it. But
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just thinking like. Tell you what. We're
so
gonna.
obviously we need to be mindful of ideas unbound in hand here.
What? Say that again. Sorry.
We need to be mindful of ideas unbound in hand here.
Yeah. So I think we brainstorm. We make a pile that sacks our hand to with ideas unbound being cycled into, and then we put back days and hope that he saves his. If he has Mindbreak Trap, he saves it for Oracle being on the stack.
Yep,
Because
that
then
sounds
we'll,
good.
we'll draw days as well.
So edge at the top.
Yeah, and then basically 2 blanks, I guess. Because we have both Ideas Unbound in hand and LED in play already. So can we make any use of that?
We can put another Uro in the bin.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would do, but
Yeah, no, I don't think it would do anything. But
maybe
no,
Brazen Borrower as a just in case if we're just discarding it anyway.
so let's see here. Let's just, for argument's sake, say we put 2 blanks and they are Uru and Brazen Borrower. Just to play this through here. So we cast Brainstorm. We draw Brazen Borrower, Edge of Autumn, and Uru.
We need pet. Oh no, we've got a land drop, right?
Yeah, and then we put back Ideas Unbound with Days underneath. And then we cycle Edge of Autumn, draw sack LED. We have 3 blue, and the My friend needs to play quicker, he said. All right. I think this will do. All right, so let's put cavern, Thassa, blank, blank, edge.
Yeah.
So if they mind break trap us now, we just daze, um, obviously. So we lose to double mind break trap just straight up, and we lose to a correctly timed single mind break trap. He has the mind break trap.
Well, good thing we've got this cheeky days.
Skadoosh.
And pray no simian spirit guide.
Yes, yes, that was another way to lose. Okay, so I guess put Uro, put ideas unbound.
Oh, priority.
Yeah, yep. You can't see it, but I am holding priority.
Yeah.
um,
It's habit from. Okay, let's see if he's slow rolled the second one.
yeah. GG's. All right, cool. Well, that was
Right.
it was funny. We were just talking about Moon Stompy, and we got to play against a version of Moon Stompy. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have Blood Moons in his deck. I guess we just never saw them. All right, cool.
Easy 2-0 against tier 1 staple Giant Stompy.
I like Nathan. He's always, or he's not always, but he's often trying like off the wall type lists. But he also plays like, I think he tries to play every type of sort of tiered deck.
I think you should suggest to him adding an Uro to his deck. Seems like a good fit.
Well, I mean, yeah, Cavern of Souls.
Or Croxer. I mean, in actual, brewing seriousness, the red-black Titan might not be terrible.
I'm not sure. Is that the one that also has escape, right?
Yeah, so it's black red. Again, it's a 6/6. Escape red red black black. When it enters battlefield or attacks, either opponent discards a card or loses 3 life.
Right, right. Okay. Let's see here. All right. I'm sorry if anyone is able to hear those doot sounds coming from my my Discord. But Nathan was actually just messaging me. All right, so I don't know about this hand.
This is very similar to the game 1 hand we threw away
Yeah,
last match.
opponent is mulliganing to 6 and is named Lord of Darkness 25, which makes me very frightened. So they might be like a turn 1 combo deck. So having force is nice, but the rest of this hand doesn't really.
I would send it away.
Yeah, I think so too. This is like
Oh,
almost.
such a tease.
Yeah,
Such a tease. I
yeah,
mean, this is a hand that says, "Are you feeling lucky?"
yeah. We're on 19 like initial mana sources, 17 lands and 2 petals, and with 53 cards, I can't exactly do the math, but it's like it's like it's more than a third of a chance and less than half of chance, like less than 50%. So we probably can't. If
Yeah, as much as I can already hear certain individuals screaming, "You cowards!" I think we should go to 5 here.
I agree. Okay, we keep this. It's not amazing, but because it's 5 cards. I think we send back the Cavern, and then it's between the Strix or the one of the
Yep.
Brainstorms, I think.
Uh, Probably the brainstorms.
I think so
One of the
too,
brains.
because if we are against like a Delver deck or Death Shadow or something, then Strix is like really good. But we're not.
I think
Uh-oh.
it's oops. Probably.
Would Oops go Pedal? No, I. Oh,
Oh,
that's a
love
good,
this. Love
excellent
this.
pickup. Yeah. So I think it's something. It's someone that wants to play like an Entomb now or something. Maybe not. Why do you lead on the pedal if it's Oops?
Wait a second. Is this warped Smurf account? Um,
Um, we can either
I
just
kind
go.
of like brainstorming here.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can either
I think
just go like land go.
Strix is probably a pitch card.
Yeah, no, I would definitely not play out Strix. If we're playing something, it's going to be Brainstorm. The only question is if we wait a turn more. Um, it would kind of suck to get Brainstorm locked here, but nah, all right, let's Brainstorm here. We have like cards to put back, especially the LED. Okay,
Oh, perfect.
so I think
Love
we put
this.
we put back basic. Actually, maybe not basic island in case there's some like stompy deck that has like Lotus Petal. Um,
So Trop LED.
yeah, I think so. Trop and LED, and then I
Oh
guess
yeah. Oh yeah.
let's get
Let's see what's going on.
let's get a Bayou, and because that lets us
Let's see
cast
if
an
they
Uru.
on the strength of Petal plus Veil.
Oh wow.
It's oh my god. Okay. Well, this is interesting. So, what's interesting is they've actually got the Thoughtseize to Thoughtseize himself
Yeah.
and to Grizzlebrand. So, if they're on if they're on Doomsday,
Yeah.
Walked Brainchild, I think they only run 2 Grizzlebrand.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right.
So the Entomb can only really get an Emrakul. So might be that the Thoughtseize is the correct take here.
That's what I'm leaning towards. And I mean, let's say they draw the other half of the combo. So they draw like a Shallow Grave, or if it's regular Reanimator, they draw whatever into Exhume or something. Um, we still have the Force, so I think we take Thoughtseize here, and then we you know do a Hail Mary here because we have 0 graveyard hate in the 75.
You've got to respect that hand, though.
All right, so I think we let the Dark Ritual happen, and
We probably snap force this because the hardest thing for the deck to do is to get the cards into their graveyard,
yeah,
the creatures.
yeah, and
That's
I think,
doesn't
and
seem
unless they're like next leveling us and drew a second Entomb. Okay, they just concede. All right, cool. Uh,
I
so
think our opponent was pretty ballsy in keeping what they did.
yeah, but they were on them all to 5 though. I mean, so they
Well,
were all,
actually, no. I'm going to correct myself. It's pretty ballsy to do what they did and not Entomb immediately, assuming they have. Because I think they do only have 2 Grizzlebrand from how they played, because otherwise they would have wanted to get that Grizzlebrand into the graveyard as quickly as possible.
you mean Thoughtseize themselves? The thing is,
Uh,
they only had like
cast the Entomb, assuming they had the Entomb.
right. Yeah, I think like them keeping a pedal Dark Ritual, like they were pretty much forced to either wait to draw land or to draw the other half of their combo and then be able to, because otherwise it's like they can't go. They burn their pedal
Yeah.
and then they can't cast a Dark Ritual later. All right, so we only really have these 3 cards, and of these 3 cards, only really the Pierce and the Force of Negation do stuff. I think in this matchup, the Brazen Borrower, like if they resolve Gristlebrand, it's too little, too late, I guess.
We also to note we are making a huge assumption here that they're not on black red.
Yeah. But I think in either case, like if they're on black red, there's a world where they end up with like reanimating a Chancellor, and then Brazen Borrower is a good card. So I think like it's also I think Brazen Borrower is better than some of the other stuff we've got going on.
Oh yeah.
So basically, we have. Let me just get them over here. We have these 7 cards. Oops. Um, the Strixes and the Uros, and they aren't great. Let's be honest. I think of those, like of the 2 different cards, I think maybe Uro is a little bit more exciting because if we end up in like one of those like fight over resources to begin with, like they discard us or we discard them and we force something, then top.
I kind of like the Strix better. I think the lower cost it,
But this, yeah,
and
but the
also
Uru is just like it just wins the game. Like it closes out the game really fast. But I can see shaving maybe like this, just
yeah,
because.
I would say that's fine.
And I
It's like
think
we don't have much to go on.
no, and I think like there's a world where we might consider bringing in like a singleton abrupt decay in case they have something like Xanted Swarm or some other shenanigan card like that. But we have the Brazen Borrower, and
Yeah.
I think we just have to cross our fingers here for a
And if
force.
it wasn't Doomsday, then we could also consider one or two red blasts as well.
Yeah, yeah. Holy moly!
This is a other than the lack of force as well, but I think this is a keeper.
I don't. I think we
Ooh.
keep. I think we need to have like force of will.
I think turn one Dark Rich with Days backup is just as good as Force of Will.
But we're on the draw,
Like,
dude. Like we're gonna. If they have the turn one, we've just lost, and they've kept 7.
I mean, that's fair. Um,
I mean,
I'll
yeah,
it's your list. You've had 30 reps on it already.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah. No, no, no. I'm just trying to think like keeping this hand. We're banking on them not having the turn one combo, and they might not. I don't know. I'm worried
I think
though.
it's interesting because about
Yep.
it now. So I feel if we'd snap kept it, then they would play a bit more conservatively.
Okay. Yeah. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. But yeah, that's I don't know. You know, I think I'm actually I've persuaded myself, and you've persuaded me. Okay, so there's a chancellor.
Okay, it's
So
black red.
it's black red. Okay, so I think okay, so they pass. Um,
Oh, perfect.
yeah, we have to just pass here. Unfortunately, because of the chancellor trigger. Right, I'm not missing anything.
Yeah.
We have no
No, no, no.
place,
No,
and then we can daze and pay for the trigger, and we'll have to hope that a single lowly daze is enough. Wow, they're just passing. Hey, oh no no no! Oh
okay.
no!
Well,
Oh fuck! Yeah.
okay. So what we missed there, for the audience at home, is we should have just thrown a Dark Ritual into the Chancellor trigger because then we have a deterministic win this turn.
Exactly.
We can still do that if we draw a petal or LED or similar.
Um. So hang on. How about this? Can't we do it anyways? So hear me out. We no wait. If I cast, yeah. Hang on, I need to read the Chancellor trigger here. Whenever an opponent casts humorous, if you do, when each opponent casts their first spell of the game, counter that spell. Oh, okay, no. So I mean, if I
Well, let's go. Let's see what we draw. Let's see what we draw.
yeah. No, I got it wrong.
Okay.
Ugh. Yeah, we would have just won. Assuming they don't have anything to throw back at us. So
I think we just pass here with the brains. Like, we could either pass here or consider paying 2 for the preordain to try and find a force.
and then have double days. Yeah, yeah, I don't hate that. I think that may be better. God, I can't believe I missed that. Yeah, I was just sapping through the thing here. All right. those cards do not have the name Force in them. Okay.
Oh, oh, so close.
Yeah,
Okay.
we play it out so that we can
Yeah.
brainstorm like Hail Mary style if we need to. Okay, so what were they unable to do last turn that they're not doing anything? What the heck? Are they like just discarding the hand size? Why would they then play out the pedal? Okay, so that's pretty
Maybe they
good.
have a red blast.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to cast 2 Dark Rituals, daze one of them, and then replay my land so that we have enough blue mana to both cast Brainstorm and then Ideas Unbound. And then because that way we can win without having to sack our hand to LED. Right?
Uh, that doesn't work because you still need to pay another black.
Yeah,
You still need to pay one for days.
yeah, okay, so we cast a Dark Ritual, then we cast a second Dark Ritual and daze that. And then
And then you have one black less that you need, so
no,
you then need to tap that source anyway.
no, we tap, we pay for the days. I think it works, or maybe I'm talking myself up.
I think just keep it simple. Just ritual Doomsday to yeah, just go for a brainstorm pile.
No, but I don't want to lose to whatever they have in their hand that they're not showing us.
Your brainstorm pile can just be the old petal oracle style.
But so how would that work? So we brainstorm into because we only have one cycler.
Well, we're casting Doomsday, so let's just
No. Sorry, no. I just want to because can I do the thing I'm thinking? Let's say I use one of my black mana here to cast second Dark Ritual. Whole priority.
So you'd be down to 2 black, ritual floating. You daze it. You then have to spore black.
Yeah, so I spend up. Can I? I'll talk my way through it, and we'll stop when I hit the wall here.
Sorry, you use the right. No, I think you can do what you.
Yeah,
No,
because
I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay, yeah. So I cast second Dark Ritual here. I daze, picking up the tapped Underground Sea. I then pay for the daze with one of my remaining 2 black mana, and then I cast Doomsday. I replay the Underground Sea. Now I have 3 blue mana. I use 1 for Brainstorm, and then I get an Ideas Unbound. Yeah, I think that works.
You are correct. Failed to remember. I think without the specificity of using the previous Dark Ritual to pay for it.
Yeah. Sorry, I was I was just sort of speaking like half sentences anyway. I don't blame you. Okay, so we get to do that, and the reason we're doing this is because it means we don't have to sack our hand to LED. They could just have Flusterstorm here, and I'm gonna be embarrassed, but looks like they don't. Okay, so we need the Thassa. We need an Edge of Autumn. I think I messed up, but they concede. Yeah, I think I should. I needed to have sacked the pedal actually, because I only have one more pedal.
Not necessarily. You still could have. It's not that we couldn't have won. It's just we would have had to use LED to do it.
Yeah. But I failed the line there. The line, what I was doing here didn't end up like it ended up not mattering because they conceded. But it would have cost me if because I failed to remember that I needed to sack the pedal before Doomsday Resolve because I needed to then pick it up and put it into the pile because the pile needed 2 pedals in order to keep the Force of Will. But anyways, doesn't matter. We got there.
It's fine. Audience at home, we can fix this in post. Wait.
Oh yeah, okay. So far so good. Also, so far so swingy, right? These have been very swingy. These matchups are very swingy. They're like very volatile decks that can either like just get you turn 1 or fold to themselves, like or reanimate our opponent somehow. Like I really would have loved to see what they had in hand here in game 2.
Yeah, that is quite curious. I feel that maybe, like, even if they had discard, throw it out as much. Maybe they just kept a hand of nothing but reanimation spells
Yeah, but
and mana.
the thing that threw me off was that they played out that pedal because I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, they must have just kept like a nonsense hand that only had like mana and reanimation spells. Because if their plan was to discard the hand size, then playing out the fatty. I mean, we know that the hand had Chancellor. So
Yeah,
yeah, I guess we'll never know.
but so far we've yet to need the Uro side
This is
of the
true.
deck.
This is true. So far, this has been a
Sailing smoothly on the Doomsday cruise, as it were.
yeah, exactly. All right, all right. Gandalf 13. Okay, another. Has this every game one has been like double Strix?
These birds must love you. Whatever you're feeding them, I think
Yeah,
maybe you need to cut it down.
I think I'm gonna keep this because I think it's a decent enough hand. Would be a lot better on the play.
It's got a bit of interaction in the spell pierce.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm gonna plug my unsurety of Strixes here.
Mm,
This is a prime example of where if we had two preordains, this would be great.
right, right. Okay, basic island go. Interesting. I think I want to lead on Misty Rainforest in case they are a Delver deck, a blue red Delver deck. I want to be able to fetch basic island and spell pierce if I need to, although I don't expect to need to. But we'll see.
So this island slightly screams stifle to me. Oh, okay, take that back. It's Urza, I guess.
Yikes. So I guess I think I was considering piercing that. Oh, I guess that doesn't matter, or that doesn't make sense. They could have just paid for it. Okay. Okay. Now I'm scared, James. I'm scared. I really want to find Doomsday or Force of Will here. Okay.
Oh, love it. Love to see it.
Yeah. Hang on one second. All right. So we just pass here, and we have Force and Pierce up, so that's pretty good.
So I've not had to play against these decks since they added Hulk. But well, hello there.
Right. Um. Yeah. We can't really live with this
And
resolving.
hopefully our opponent. Oh, oh, maybe not. Okay, they're possibly gonna play around some interaction, but yeah.
All right. I think I'm gonna get Trop here. Oh, that was bad. So I think we play out the Strix just because.
Yeah.
What else is it
If
doing?
nothing else, it can threaten a Khan.
Yeah.
Threaten a Khan, threaten an Narset.
Okay. Days plus Pierce is decent enough, I think, except if they have more Hull Breacher. They do. Wow. Okay. Well, we can't do anything about that. And they have the Echo of
However,
Eons.
however, they pay 3 mana, so we can
Yep.
successfully stop this. So the opponent with a pretty stacked hand.
Yeah. Does this Echo go into? No, it gets exiled, right?
You'll exile. Yeah, it's flashback.
Good stuff. All right. Well, I mean, that was not as bad as it could have been, but the Hull Breacher is a pretty big problem. Yeah. And so Doomsday or Uru are kind of the cards I want here. And I want them to not draw anything. Right. Okay.
Chalice,
That's not.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Love that.
yeah. I mean, Hull Breacher is already sort of a chalice at one, anyways. Um. Oh, come on.
It's fine. It's fine. This just means that if they do echo us, they will get no value out of us losing our hand.
All right. So they drew something that they weren't gonna play. So I guess it's either a land or another Hull Breacher, I guess. Wow, we're really not getting a lot of help here.
However, we're not in a bad spot yet. It's close to it. Our opponent needs to draw very little for it to get bad,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
they're looking all right.
So I think cards that they draw and don't play, you have to consider Echo of Eons to be a candidate because they have enough mana to play all their creatures. They have enough
Mm.
mana to play all of their bombs, like Narset and Karn. Yep, there's the bad boy.
Okay, is he -2 to tick down?
Yep. This deck is just such a beating. So if they have the Echo, they just go they -2 for LED, and that's all she wrote. Um, we have enough lands where I don't think they want to get liquid metal coating and start nuking our lands.
Yeah, they also can't play it this turn.
Yeah,
I mean, even if they don't have the Echo, they might still get the LED to guarantee the mana for Mycosynth Lattice.
yep,
But if they aggressively go for Lattice, then Strix can just ping Khan to death.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Imagine if one of those, what was it, 2 lands and a dark ritual we drew had been Uru. The whole sort of context of this Karn would be different. But yeah, ifs, buts, and maybes. I'm not sure what they're thinking about over there. Okay, so they -2. Let's see what they get.
Do they run Walking Ballista?
I don't know, but they get the
Okay.
liquid metal coating. That's interesting. I mean, I guess enough turns go by, and it's that's going to be good enough.
I feel they should have made an attack there because it's kind of free.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So drawing Uru is definitely not the worst, but we don't get to draw a card. So I'm gonna save this Misty and make them maybe overvalue liquid metal coating one of our green sources because we have the 3rd green source to fetch. They might not know that.
And the nice thing is, we haven't looked like a combo deck once yet,
This is
other
true.
than maybe the days.
Yeah. So they get their treasure. That means they have enough mana to go for Lattice, but we're going to attack Karn here, which means that getting Lattice will kill Karn, so that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Well, for a second I thought, like, wait, does Hull Breacher have flying too? But no. He +1s, right? Yeah. So you can make his. No, you can't really +1 anything, right? Because.
Well, it depends if he wants to start trying to nuke your green sources permanently, as opposed to just keep
Yeah,
them.
yeah, of course, with the metal coating. That's a decent +1.
Okay, so
Oh,
this is the Echo. Oh, and actually, Echo is really bad because it gets rid of the graveyard.
yeah. Echo. No.
Oh no, Chalice on 3.
Okay, so we need
Come
to.
on, Cavern.
Yeah,
Cavern off the top.
we need to draw the cavern.
Okay, opponents realize they can attack. Now, another Strix would also be really good here.
Yeah.
Ideas? No. No, that'd be really bad. It would at least help me not look at these 3 dark rituals any longer.
This is true. This is true. Um. Okay, so they are. Maybe they've gone to the bathroom. I don't know. They are spending time during their end step. All right. Do we fetch to make it a 1 in 41 instead of 1 in 42? No, right?
I don't think it matters. No.
Cavern. Okay, Force of Will is not the worst. Did you say something?
I said I was just saying we can cast that.
Yeah.
There's a spell we can actually use.
So I think we keep attacking Karn. I think right now our life total is not like of a critical nature, and we need him to not just be able to -2 and
Yep.
although
With force, we
yeah,
might
yeah,
want to.
we might want him to think he can like -2 get lattice and have Karn stick around. But as it is, I think we end up having to pitch or to force this, right?
The liquid metal coating. It depends on whether they start going for all our lands or not.
But I think they do. I think they have
Okay.
to. That's what they're going to do. That's the reason to play the coding.
Sure. It's when they cast the Chalice X equals 5 that we start getting a little bit worried.
All right, so yeah, we have to remember that the Chalice is also switching off Doomsday.
Actually, fun little thing here. If we do get a second Strix, and we can block the Hull Breacher, and then they cannot cast another Hull Breacher. Thanks to Chalice.
That's true. That's actually true. Like a large swath of their deck is switched off, right?
Yeah, so no Emery, no Narset,
No
no
Psy.
Psy. So come on, more birds.
Cavern. Okay.
I
So what you're thinking? Not don't attack.
I'm just trying to work out what scenario, other than going down to 2 lower life total, are we happy to stop attacking with Strix?
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so they just had a land. So the question is, if we don't attack, right? We send them. We give them the turn. Karn 3 loyalty. They're not just gonna. Oh, that's the nut about us.
Play to your outs. Play to your outs.
That's insane.
And unless they put us on the Nathan special of Giant Tribal, they can probably guess it's Doomsday by now.
Yeah.
Weirdly, it doesn't matter too much, but I feel that actually, in terms of our escaping, we probably wanted to leave double force in our graveyard just in case they do echo.
Echo. Yeah, no, that's a very good point. That is an excellent point.
Very small percentages, but
All right. So
so our opponent might be incentivized now to let Khan die to get an ensnaring bridge. As silly as it sounds.
yeah.
Oh
Oh,
no, but they
actually,
can't cast it. Chalice on 3. Let's see if they try.
that
Because
would.
I know if I were them, I would have forgotten about it by now.
So let's just, for argument's say, okay, great, they didn't. I'm actually feeling pretty bummed about escaping two of my forces now. Actually, after you made me aware of it. Okay, so
Hmm.
he. So what does he get here?
I think he's going to get ensnaring bridge, and I think he's going to be very sad.
That would be fun.
Either that or a really big walking ballista.
Yeah. If he does get walking ballista, how big is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's going to be a 6/6. But, I mean, then what? Then if he kills Uru, we just, like, fire off triple Dark Ritual into the Chalice and escape again.
Well, no, the best thing is if he plays walking ballista X as 6, we daze it.
This is true. If he plays into the days, the old turn 11 days against your opponent with 12 mana.
Did I ever tell you about the story where I hardcast an Omniscience and it got dazed?
No, but you're gonna.
That was
That's
that
insane.
that was very sad.
They do get the walking ballista. All
Let's
right.
see if they
Yeah, do it.
see now. Another reason that we should have escaped with the days is it's if they're looking at our graveyard, they wouldn't. Oh my god!
This is.
Oh my god!
They're gonna concede. They're gonna concede right now. I can feel it.
Oh god. Well, this was lucky. It's got to be said. All of this was pretty lucky. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the correct play for them there would have been to play it on less because they've got plenty of mana to pump it on later turns. So
Yeah.
I guess we just jam in with Uro and leave Strix back.
No. Let's just deal as much
Nope.
damage.
Okay.
We deal as much damage as we can, in case they end up somehow getting like blockers. Like post a like if they get Psy or whatever. I don't know. They can't get Psy with Chalice on 3, but I don't know. I just don't see like the 3 life. We're gaining the 3 life anyways from Uru, so.
Sure.
So this I think would need to be Echo.
I don't think Echo even does it. It has to be unless it's specifically Echo into Urza.
Yeah, Echo, or yeah, I guess just Urza. If they just drew Urza now, would also probably be pretty problematic for us. So
I
yeah.
think it is just Urza because another Khan doesn't do
Oh,
anything.
they conceded. They conceded.
Okay.
Magic Online is just taking its sweet time. Okay, so pretty much we want
The
these.
same as versus Giant Stompy, I would say.
No, because I think we also want the red blasts.
Ooh. All right. That
Um,
makes sense.
and I think, good as though it was, I think Belfast can go. Maybe not all 4, but I'm just gonna take them out for the time being. I think Days is really, again, good as though it was. I think Days is a fairly weak card. I think also the discard is pretty weak. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'd
What do you
agree.
think? Yeah.
No, I like all of this. We also need to do some land swaps to get that red mana in.
Yeah. That's a very good point. I don't think we need the basic. Like we have no concerns
I don't
for.
think we need the basic swamp.
Yeah. Are you happy going down a black source?
Oh yeah.
question is, do we
we're
want any
we're a
Strix?
full color deck.
Yeah, yeah. Do we want any Strix over like either the last 2 days or like one of maybe the preordains or something?
Oh. To answer your question, I think the thing about Urza Echo is they can have like two sort of styles of draws. They can have really swingy draws where they're just like tapping out each turn to slam down threats, but
Mm.
they could also have those like grindy draws where it's like land, Mopal, Petal, Emery, and suddenly you're playing this like kind of grindy game where like Daze does nothing. So
I just think it's so often that they have like Ancient Tomb, Mox Opal, Lotus Petal, Bauble, and then they have 4 mana on turn one and they use three. And I have seen Days not do anything a number of times.
I think they're kind of like maybe two Strix over the days.
Yeah, Strix can also be cast like over a Chalice on
Three
one.
channels on
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
I guess
And
Days can too, but
it does an excellent job of just keeping Khans in check.
yeah, 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 exactly.
Have you clicked submit?
I have. Magic
Yeah.
Online is just thinking. Uh, I will probably forget to edit this out, but I'm just gonna say that like after this match, I want to just pause the video and make sure that the video is not messed up because my computer is lagging so much that I worry about like if the qualities of the feed is good, but we'll see about
Yep.
that. All right,
This
so
hand is interesting.
it is, and it's very, very, very close to keeping,
I
but it
would say
also
this is
going.
an
Yes,
awkward 5 card hand.
yeah, like I think I'm gonna mulligan because this cavern is not doing it, and we have no cantrips, and the ideas and bound
Right?
is also.
We've got a cantrip. It's just not a good one.
Yeah,
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 I mean the best case I see, yeah, click Mulligan, but the best case I see for that would be being able to Brazen Borrow a threat, draw another blue source, and then cast the fairy off cavern to then threaten whatever. Ugh.
Um. All right, so I mean, I really don't want to go down to five, but if they have Chalice for one, then I think we're out for the count.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, Echo, if you play blasts, you can get chaliced, and if you play decays, you could just get blue threated
yeah.
or can't. So
So I think even though Ideas Unbound, if they have Chalice in one, then Ideas Unbound is the one card in our hand that actually is good there, or at least decent. But
yeah.
the thing about putting a land on the bottom is the red blast. Oops. Yeah, I know. I think we put a land on the bottom. What do you
Yeah,
think?
agreed. Yep. Throw the C probably.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah, I guess our life
Yeah.
total isn't gonna matter. Okay, yeah.
And we're from having played 4 colors, no white, we are a greedy deck and we need to consider
Oh
all our
boy.
colors.
Oh boy. This is gonna get bad before
If
it's
this is an Urza they're playing, that's great.
okay. Emery is one of the
Emery into Psy?
one of the less scary things they could do. At this point, do we even care about the Emery? They don't have a bauble,
Uh,
so right now they're only like buying back the pedal.
yeah, we wait for the time being.
Yeah, I think like blasting a hull breacher is just like so much better. Um, they're also their mana is a little bit like the City of Traders. I was just gonna say like I don't think they
Oh,
usually
this
play.
is the breacher now.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. All right,
Oh,
so I played out the Misty because I thought maybe I want to fetch the Taiga, but I think we want to have blue.
yeah.
So let's hope they don't have Force. They usually board into Force of Will.
We also want to be able to potentially brainstorm this cavern away.
Yeah, that's true. So, okay, so there's a bauble. So now the Emery is going to start like drawing our card each turn. So I mean, if we can just like draw a Doomsday one time, then that's a good way to do it.
Doomsday no force.
I don't think they have the. I mean, they could have the force. I'm just trying. I'm just thinking they would have maybe
Yeah,
fought over
of course.
the hull breacher.
I'm more considering with the fact they're getting two additional draws now
Yeah, yeah, it's a
after
bit.
a draw step.
Yeah, 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 it's a bit scary. Come on, Doomsday one time. There you go.
Oh,
You just ask,
you just know it. You know, when you love the deck as much as you do, okay,
Yeah.
the deck's going to give some love back.
So I mean, if they have the force, then we lose. But when in Rome, cast Doomsday, right?
Oh yeah, like we're not playing a deck that isn't out. Like the Euros obviously are nice, but
Yeah.
they're not doomed.
No, they are not. Okay,
And
so we have the ideas unbound in hand, so we can make that a days. Just it won't matter,
yep,
but I think that's like the optimal play. Oh, we can't because we boarded out the days. So yeah, never mind. In case they have a way to beat us, is there any card we don't want to show them? Maybe the red elemental
I
blast.
think well maybe the Tiger out of embarrassment, but um, I think honestly we don't get cute. We just do it, make them have it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but there's no. I was just thinking if there's a card we want to hide. Do you know what I mean?
Probably
Uh,
Brazen Borrow.
that's a good point actually. Um, because we can't play around the force here. If they have it, they have it. But because we have ideas on bound in hand, we get to put a blank in the pile. So that's just a card we can hide. Okay, so let's go like this. Go Thassa, Petal. I actually no, that's not right. Petal then Thassa, just in case it goes wrong. It's better to have the Thassa near the top. Um, like this. Okay, so they get to see Cavern for a second time. Put back Brazen. Put back Ideas.
Hold control. It's funny whenever I've watched sort of your VODs or anyone else streaming. Every time this happens, I just naturally just say that. It's it's a weird habit now, but it's too many times I've seen, and at least once I've done it myself. Players where either they weren't holding it or they for whatever reason didn't quite work.
Yeah, you know what
And
I've done a couple of times against this deck in particular?
hmm.
One, they have it. Be the meanest slow roll in history if they have it.
Nice.
GG's.
Oh yeah, they wanted your YouTube channel.
Yeah, I can never offhand remember what it's called. All right, so unfortunately, round 5 of the league got lost due to some real life stuff happening and having to abort mid league. And I'm recording this. This is a new match, full disclosure, in a new league. But just to give you the five rounds, and we'll be recording this last one without James, sadly. On the draw, I don't think we'll keep this. It's a this already makes it kind of a mulligan to 6, and we can't really cast any of our spells. Although, having said that, we have a lot of live draws, right? Any black land. Actually, I've just talked myself into keeping this, seeing as we're on the draw here. Let's see if I regret this. Misty Go. Okay. Well, that was not a land, so we'll just have to pass and cross our fingers. Come on. No wasteland one time. Birds of Paradise. Okay, so maybe like oof, clutch. All right, so I feel like I can't cast Dark Ritual Doomsday here. We could just cycle a Baleful Strix, or we could duress. If we duress, I guess in either case, what I'm most worried about is them having like a Hull Breacher, which I guess in that case, Strix is better because we could cycle into Force of Will. All right. Well, let's hope they don't have Hull Breacher. Could be Maverick as well, but I guess then the Misty is a little bit of an odd choice. Could be Aloran. Uru, okay. I hope I don't get discarded here. Strix, okay. I'm gonna duress them. Okay, take the brainstorm. That's an easy choice. I think we just go for it here. This is a little bit concerning having Thassa's Oracle in hand, because if we get discarded, then it's not so good for us. Assuming that doesn't happen, let's say we go draw Ideas Unbound, cast it, draw Force of Will, Lotus Petal, and what? Daze? And then we fetch for Underground Sea. Does that work? So draw Ideas Unbound, cast it. Yeah, I think I like that. So Underground Sea on the bottom. I guess Petal, Daze, Force, Ideas, pass. So yeah, if they draw a discard spell, we just lose. If they decide to cast their Uru, no. Okay, Strix. They drew Strix, and now they could have black. They could like make black off this Misty. Okay, they just concede. That's cool. I suppose next turn we could also like we would draw Ideas Unbound, and then we could like go Strix, draw a card. Then there was 3 cards left, and then we fetch and play Thassa. So, and then even if they remove it, we have the. Oh, okay, actually no. Never mind. Never mind that. So this is some sort of bug. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Bug Uru, bug control. I think probably the like some number of Pyroblasts are gonna be fine. Maybe a Decay. Maybe a Pierce. Probably the Strixes aren't gonna be very good. And I think at least on the draw, some number of days can go. The question is if we want the Taiga. Probably not. Are we good going up to 18 lands? Maybe that's one too many. Maybe we want like a carpet and then we can ditch the basic island. I don't think the Uru deck is going to be running back to basics in the post-astrally ban world. Alright. That seems like a keepable hand. It's a little bit suspect if what just ends up happening is like go 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 Uru. So definitely just gonna pass here. Keep our options open to defend against a possible 3-drop. Like Leovold maybe? Yep. So let's hope they don't also have a force. Okay. Leovold makes me a little bit worried about Carpet of Flowers, like if they had a second Leovold. Because Carpet triggers every turn. Plus, now we don't have... they don't even have an island, so Carpet seems a little bit weak right now. Trying the Doomsday was nice. I'm going to go like this, and at least represent having the thing. Okay, I don't hate this. I actually don't hate drawing all 3 of these, or at least 2. Come on, not a 3rd Leo. Okay, that's fine. They mulligan this game? No, doesn't look like it. Nope. Well, hopefully it makes blue mana, so we can get something out of this Carpet. Sure. So they're keeping up green mana. Potentially to Veil. Okay, so I'm going to trigger this, make black, and then Thoughtseize them. It's Food Chain. Okay. I think the card to take here is Vendilion Clique. They're drawing an unknown because they fetched. Okay. Can't do anything about that. We just have to pass here, and then we'll decay him. Oh, I shouldn't. I should have waited. I should have done it in my upkeep. Now they get a second card. That was unfortunate. They get to draw it twice now. And I misplayed that a whole bunch. I should have let my Carpet trigger and keep. That would have allowed me to keep open an additional mana. Oh well. That might be the difference between winning and losing, but hopefully not. Also, drawing a second copy of Doomsday is not the greatest. So if there's a game 3, I think we definitely want all decays, because Food Chain is their combo piece, and decay also hits Leovold. Even at the cost of a card, it's still probably worth it. I think I'm just gonna Pierce this. Oh, they don't have Veil. The next turn we can go Doomsday with Pierce backup. And hopefully that's good enough. So let's go like this. Okay, so I'm going to put a Force of Will as the top card. I'm going to put a Cavern of Souls and a Thassa's Oracle and a Red Elemental Blast and an Edge of Autumn maybe. So we ponder, draw the first card. First draw step, draw the second card. Edge draws the third card. Then we need 2 more draw steps. That's a little bit weak. So I guess maybe the Force of Will is the one that can go. And we can take another draw effect. But so we know they have Walking Ballista, and that can come down as a 2/2. So it's not nothing that they're drawing. Maybe if we make it an Uru and gain some life, and also draw a card. I don't hate that. Okay, so Cavern, Thassa, Edge, Reb, Uru. So we make it a blue. Yeah, I think we pass now. Okay, Strix for the beats. Food chain, right. Oh, they have the veil. Brutal. So that is likely, is that enough? They can make 3 5 mana. So if they have us, and then they can make 6 mana. So they can make this into a 3/3. And that's if they don't have the Griffin. And what does Mage get them here? Gets them a Ballista. They already have a Ballista. Strix. Okay, that gets them to 7. Another Strix gets them to 8 mana, so they can make Ballista into a 4/4. Okay, so this is a 4/4. So let's make blue, I think, and cast Ponder. Oops. I guess it doesn't matter. This takes us to 9 life. Ballista beats us for no. They can if they figure out they can just pay 4 mana and have Ballista become a 5/5, then we lose, which they probably will. Okay, so they see the play. Cool. All right. Well, it's food chain. So I think maybe the carpet isn't the correct move. I think I want all decays. Probably even want all the dazes here on the play. And maybe cut a couple of discard spells in the face of Veil. Or actually, maybe the Uru is what needs to get cut. Yeah, how about this? Alright. Yeah, this seems fine. A little bit wonky on the color requirements here. I'm going to fetch Volcanic and cast Preordain. Let's bottom the decay, draw the delta, and see where we go. Okay, so I'm just going to pass here. I'm going to brainstorm end of turn, I think. Bottom. Bottom, actually. I think I'm going to go for the Uru plan here. Yeah. Well, now I kind of wish I kept that Dark Ritual, hey? And because we don't have Taiga, this is a little bit awkward. We can't fetch like a red source with this Misty. I hope they don't have like Plow or something for Uru. Okay. Right. Okay. Edge of Autumn, not the best. All right. Yep. Can't fight that. Okay, they exile 2 creatures to cast and a food chain, so they will have at least one more Griffin in hand, probably two. Okay, so question is if we go for it now. If we go for it now, and then they have food chain plus land. I guess it's not. That's not the worst. They can't. Um, if they like drop another land, so they have 4 mana, they can't both. They can't combo off. Is what I'm trying to say. It would need to be. They would need to have like double Birds of Paradise. Um, yeah, I don't think so. And then in that case, we can daze it. So I feel it's pretty likely that they're gonna have a force for this because they have pitchable dudes. They have the griffins, at least one griffin in hand. We can feel pretty sure about that. Yep. And that's obviously annoying, but now it's gone. They don't have food chain, it would appear. Oh, are you kidding me? Just the worst draws, huh? I think I'm gonna just get a land into the. I'm gonna get a land. No, actually, I'm not, because then we don't have decay open. I'm just gonna pass. I was gonna cast Edge of Autumn, but that means because the land enters tapped, I would have gotten Basic Swamp, but because it enters tapped, I can't keep open both Pyroblast and Abrupt Decay like that. So they might just like hard cast a Griffin here, in which case I think I will daze that. Bird's Paradise, okay, sure. Brainstorm. I'm going to cast this. There's a chance they have like Hull Breacher, but we have the answers all lined up. Okay, back Oracle, put back that. I'm going to preordain here because I don't think I can afford to not like moon along here. Okay, I'm gonna cast this just not to discard the hand's eyes because I don't want to cast Brainstorm off of Volcanic and put down my guards in regards to this Pyroblast. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna daze this. They're gonna pay, and then I'm gonna daze it again. It's gonna cost me quite a bit in terms of resources, but I don't think there's a better play. Okay, so they force exiling Force of Negation. I'm gonna force that. They have a second force. Wow. Guess I guess they just get to win then, huh? Let me just think. I mean, it still would need their last card would need to be a Walking Ballista or a Trinket Mage, and but they will get to make 3/3/3s. What's the alternative here? Is a Hail Mary, Cycle Edge, Hope to hit Force, or Daze? Yeah, I don't think so. Wow, we got there. I'm just gonna F6 here. This is like I actually have played a lot of Food Chain in paper, and I have from time to time played it online, but it's just miserable, as you can see here. They're just it just takes so long, and you can't do the quote unquote infinite mana. You have to like you have to name a call like if I were playing this in paper, I would just say, okay, I do this 5,000 times, 1,000 times for each color of mana, so that I will have like 1,000 of each mana, and from there it's just. I'm just gonna like tell them that if they have the ballista, I'm gonna concede. All right. I mean, they could not have it, but and then just like take the win. But yeah, they showed me their hand. That's fine. All right. Let me just see if what I would have drawn into Dark Ritual. Okay, so we were out. Yeah, that's just the way it goes. All right. Well, some fun and interesting and weird and wacky matchups. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back with some more Legacy. Bye bye.